Welcome to Smart Updates, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. I'm sure you've heard the news. Something big is happening in the Philippines, and it's sending shockwaves across the region. The roar of fighter jets fills the air, a powerful symbol of national strength and determination. Meanwhile, the deep rumble of naval ships echoes across the waters of Northern Luzon, signaling a heightened state of vigilance. Today, November 15, 2025, marks the launch of the Philippines' most ambitious military exercises to date, Archipelago Shield. These drills are more than just a show of force. They're a clear declaration of the nation's readiness and commitment to defend its territory at all costs. Thousands of Filipino troops, joined by international partners and allies, demonstrate unity, resolve, and a shared vision for regional security. The exercises stretch from the northernmost islands near Taiwan all the way down into the contested waters of the South China Sea, covering vast and strategic areas. This region is a global hotspot, and the deliberate choice of location sends a strong message to the world. The government describes these as defensive drills, marking a significant shift from traditional diplomacy to a more robust posture of deterrence and preparedness. Unlike previous exercises that focused mainly on internal threats, Archipelago Shield simulates a coordinated response to external invasion. Live-fire exercises, amphibious landings, and complex naval maneuvers are all on display, showcasing the military's growing capabilities. The ultimate goal is clear: to transform the armed forces of the Philippines into a modern, agile force, fully capable of defending the archipelago against any form of foreign aggression. For ordinary Filipinos, these drills evoke both pride and anxiety, a sign of national strength, but also a stark reminder of the real threats that loom nearby. The once tranquil coastal towns of Luzon now reverberate with the sounds of military might and preparation. The Philippines is no longer a passive observer in regional affairs. It's taking a bold stand on the world stage, forging new alliances and asserting its sovereignty. Peace in the region remains fragile, and these exercises serve as a stark reminder of what's at stake for all involved. This is the new reality, a nation vigilant and ready to defend its rights, its people, and its future, whatever the cost may be. To truly grasp the stakes at play in this region, you first need to understand the geography that shapes its destiny. Northern Luzon faces the Luzon Strait, a narrow but vital waterway that links the vast Pacific Ocean to the resource-rich South China Sea. Whoever controls this strait holds a powerful strategic advantage, not just over regional waters, but over global trade and military movement as well. For the Philippines, defending this area is about more than sovereignty. It's about safeguarding national and regional lifelines that millions depend on. The South China Sea, also known locally as the West Philippine Sea, is not only rich in natural resources like fish and oil, but is also one of the world's busiest and most critical shipping lanes. The Philippines claims much of this sea as its exclusive economic zone, a claim that was strongly backed by a 2016 international tribunal ruling in its favor. However, China contests this, asserting its own sweeping claims over almost the entire sea, leading to ongoing tensions and disputes. This is the heart of the conflict: control over vast resources, lucrative fishing grounds, and the crucial sea lanes that pass through these contested waters. The proximity of Luzon's northernmost islands to Taiwan makes them especially vital in any potential regional crisis or flashpoint. Securing northern Luzon is not just a matter of national defense, but is essential for the stability and security of the entire Indo-Pacific region. Archipelago Shield is more than just a military exercise. It's a rehearsal for real-world threats and a demonstration of readiness. The world is watching closely as the Philippines asserts itself as a key player in regional security, determined to shape its own future. By holding these high-profile drills, the country sends a clear signal. It won't be sidelined or used as a pawn by larger powers. The message is unmistakable: the Philippines is master of its own house, vigilant and ready to defend its sovereignty at all costs. These large-scale drills are the culmination of years of rising tensions and repeated provocations in the West Philippine Sea, a region that has become a flashpoint for regional security. Filipino fishermen have faced relentless harassment, and the Coast Guard has endured increasingly aggressive actions from China, including dangerous water cannon attacks and blockades. The 2012 Scarborough Shoal standoff marked a turning point. Diplomacy alone proved insufficient to protect Philippine interests or deter further encroachment. Despite a landmark 2016 legal victory that invalidated China's sweeping claims, Beijing pressed on, rapidly militarizing disputed areas and building artificial islands equipped with military bases. Previous policies of engagement and dialogue failed to curb China's growing assertiveness, leaving the Philippines with limited options. The current government now pursues assertive transparency, exposing every incident to the world and rallying international support for its cause. Archipelago Shield is the next step, matching strong words with credible military capability and demonstrating that the Philippines is ready to defend its territory. The timing of these exercises directly responds to escalating incidents, especially around Ayungin Shoal, where Filipino Marines face constant harassment and supply missions are routinely blocked. The government is drawing a clear line. These drills send a powerful message that the Philippines will not be bullied or pushed out of its own waters. It's a calculated move to raise the cost of further aggression, signaling that any hostile action will be met with a firm and coordinated response. The exercises also reassure allies and partners that the Philippines is a committed, reliable partner, ready to stand shoulder to shoulder in defense of shared interests. The nation is determined to defend its sovereignty and protect its people, no matter the challenge or the odds it faces in the region. Operation Archipelago Shield is a test of the AFP's ability to fight as one. A highlight, a massive amphibious landing on Luzon's northern coast, simulating the retaking of a seized island. In the West Philippine Sea, the Navy conducts live fire and anti-submarine drills, protecting vital sea lanes. The Coast Guard practices countering gray zone tactics, like swarming by militia vessels. In the air, fighter jets fly combat patrols, intercepting simulated intruders. New radar and missile systems are integrated, reflecting the AFP's modernization. The goal, a seamless kill chain: detect, track, and neutralize threats fast. Logistics are tested too, moving troops and supplies across the archipelago, setting up forward bases, and providing medical care. Sustaining a force in conflict is as crucial as firepower. These drills are about more than combat. They're about readiness for any scenario. The AFP is proving it can defend the nation, from the beaches to the skies. The Philippines isn't alone in Archipelago Shield. The United States, its treaty ally, is deeply involved, providing expertise, hardware, and support. This reinforces the Mutual Defense Treaty and makes the alliance tangible. For the first time, Japan and Australia join in direct combat roles on Philippine soil. Their participation signals a new multilateral security network in the region. Other nations, UK, France, Canada, India, attend as observers, showing global support for Philippine sovereignty. This broad coalition underscores that freedom of navigation and international law are global concerns. Joint exercises build trust and interoperability, ensuring a unified response in crisis. The Philippines is multiplying its strength through alliances. These partnerships are now central to its defense strategy. Together, they form a formidable front against any threat. Philippine leaders are united behind Archipelago Shield. President Marcos Jr. calls the drills essential for national security, emphasizing they target no specific country. Lawmakers across party lines back increased defense spending and modernization. Even opposition figures support defending the West Philippine Sea. Ordinary Filipinos, especially in coastal areas, largely welcome the drills as overdue protection. Social media buzzes with patriotic support, though some worry about provoking China. Activists and academics urge caution, fearing escalation and over-reliance on the U.S. These debates reflect the high stakes and diverse views in Philippine society. But the prevailing mood is one of resolve. The nation stands together to defend its sovereignty. Archipelago Shield sends ripples across Southeast Asia. Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei watch closely, seeing the Philippines' assertiveness as political cover. ASEAN's official response is cautious, calling for dialogue but avoiding direct criticism of China. Behind the scenes, the drills push ASEAN to reconsider its neutral stance on security. Indonesia and Singapore welcome the exercises as reinforcing regional stability and the rules-based order. However, divisions within ASEAN persist, with some members closely aligned with China. The drills test not just Philippine readiness, but ASEAN's unity and relevance. The outcome could shape the bloc's future role in regional security. The Philippines' actions are forcing a new conversation about collective defense in Southeast Asia. Beijing's reaction is swift and sharp. China condemns the drills as provocations, accusing the Philippines of colluding with the US. Chinese media portray Manila as a pawn in America's containment strategy. The PLA Navy launches its own drills nearby, while Chinese vessels increase their presence to monitor and harass. Economic threats follow, warnings of reduced trade and investment, but these tactics may backfire, pushing the Philippines closer to its allies. Each act of coercion only strengthens Manila's resolve and international support. China's harsh response justifies the very existence of Archipelago Shield in Filipino eyes. When the drills end, the real work begins. The AFP will analyze lessons learned, refining strategies and training. Gains in capability and alliance cooperation will be institutionalized. Diplomatically, the Philippines will leverage this momentum to deepen alliances and seek clearer defense commitments. Assertive transparency will continue, exposing aggression and rallying support. Modernization efforts will focus on ships, aircraft, and coastal defenses for active archipelagic defense. The challenge buoyed summer benin summer bud. Audir daman dam. Tobagit point one. Au termer. While keeping dialogue open to avoid conflict, Archipelago Shield marks a bold step, declaring the Philippines ready to shape its own destiny.